Students, in this chapter we are going to study about class as the basis of all computations. So this is the repeated chapter about the class and the object. Okay. So first of all we are going to see the characteristics of an object. The two characteristics that an object always has, the state and behavior. Okay, first we will see what is called as an object. So object is an entity with certain characteristics and behavior. The next one is attribute. What is called as an attribute? An attribute is a specification that defines the property of an object. Okay, so it is the specification that defines the property of an object is called as an attribute. Now, what is state of an object? The state of an object is stored in fields data members. So, the state of an object is stored in some fields. Okay. So, these fields are called as data members. While methods means functions, display the object's behavior. Okay. Now, we are going to see what is called as a class. So, a class is a template that describes the data and behavior associated with the instance of that class. Okay. Class is a template that describes the data and behavior associated with the instance of the class. So class का अंदर जो भी object है, so it will describe the data, behavior associated with it. Next one is a class holds the methods and properties that are shared by all the objects that are created from it. Although the objects share the same code, they can behave differently because they have different values assigned to them. Next one is a class is the basic building block of an object-oriented programming language. A class, the basic building block of an object-oriented programming language such as Java is a template that describes the data and behavior associated with instance of the class. The next one is message and method. Method means function. Okay. A method in Java is a set of instructions that can be called for execution during the method name. So the method means, or the function means, that is also a set of instructions that can be called for execution by using the method name or the function name. Then next one is class as abstraction for set of objects. So what is called as an abstraction? Abstraction is a process of hiding the implement details from the user. Only the functionality will be provided to the user. So it will hide all the details about an object and only it will show the necessary details. A class is a mechanism implement encapsulation. Then a class is an abstraction. Class is also called as is an abstraction because it describes what is created, whereas an object is created itself. The next one is why we called as class as an object factory. A class is called as an object factory because it is possible to create objects using a class. Okay, so the class is able to create so many objects with characteristics and behaviors, so we are calling this class as an object factory. Every object is created from a class will have the same characteristics, however the methods that are determine its state. So whatever objects we are creating from a class that are having the same characteristics. The next one is an important operator that is called as a dot operator. This dot operator is used to access individual members of an object. So this dot operator is used to access individual members of an object. The next one is data type. There are different types of data that can be used in a Java program. Java uses data types to identify the data and dictates the method of handling it. A data may be of character, or a string or an integer or a floating point number. So when we are using the variables inside the program, first we have to define the variables, type of data. So if it is an integer, we will write int. If it is a decimal value, then we write float. If it is a character, char. If it is a string, string. If it is a boolean value, it is a boolean value. The next one is Java data types are broadly classified into two types. First one is primitive data types and second one is composite data type. So what is called as a primitive data type? Uh, these primitive data types are the fundamental data types used in Java. These data types, which form the part of Java, are used to represent basic data values. This form of fundamental data type can be used and manipulated in Java. Java provides 8 different primitive data types. They are byte, short, long, int, long, float, double, char and boolean. Okay. The next one is composite data type. A composite data type or a compound data type is any data type which can be constructed in a program using the programming languages, primitive data types and other composite types. The next one is one operator, that is the new operator. What is the use of the new operator? The new operator is used to create memory space for an object. So create a new object, we are using the operator new. Now there are some difference between the fundamental data type and composite data type. So there is a table, you have to study this table. So this is the end of this part, students. Next part we are going to solve the exercise programs and question answers.